The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 202 cans of beans, the Hobo.
Welcome everyone to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Todd Kennelly, Stu Stone here, and Stu, you saw it at the top of the hour. We lost a true family member, our brother Joe Schmo Franciosi, such an integral part of this program year after year.
Joe Schmo, a huge part of this program, a huge part of pro wrestling in general. The world lost one of the great ones. Joe Schmo, we all love you.
His opponent, representing a revolution from Havana, Cuba, weighing 204 pounds, Che Caberera.
The revolution will indeed be televised, so fitting as we just paid homage to our great lost friend Joe Schmo. This a matchup that would typify exactly what Joe Schmo would love. Professional wrestling at its best.
Hard-hitting.
Two great characters, two hard-hitting competitors going at it. The Hobo, former Heritage champion. He's had to rebound since that heartbreaking loss.
Man has a concussion. He shouldn't even be here wrestling.
In that boxcar brawl, can he get that Hobo train back on track?
Well, Hobo has really not been the same since he's lost that championship. And if you thought that Hobo was crazy before, he's got a few more screws loose, if that's even possible. Hobo is sort of out of his mind right now. And Che Caberera, definitely a guy who's got tons of upside. But you know, these two guys, right, both of them vying for a shot at that championship that is being grasped on with the rat-like hands of the Vermin's Yuma.
Of Yuma, yep, Yuma and Hobo. What a history there between those two. And for quite some time, Cabrera trying to stake his claim near the top at the high echelon of talent here in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Ironic thing is, Todd, one of these guys might be fired by the end of this show, because according to what Dave's kid, Nicholas Marquez, did, there's a deal with the devil made with Yuma tonight. Cedric and Leo taking on Vermin for those tag team championships. If Cedric and Leo do not win, a member of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood's roster is fired. However, if Cedric and Leo win, a member of Vermin is fired, and that's something that I know Hobo would be happy to see.
Stakes could not be any higher, and of course, history would bode well for Cedric and Leo because they have a victory over the tag team champions, as now the rear waist lock by Cabrera. Hobo trying perhaps for a standing switch, and he gets it into a rear waist lock of his own. Good chain grappling to start this thing off, and a nice takedown there by the former champ.
And speaking of chain grappling, the chain wrestler Sasha Derevko, conspicuous by his absence. There's been some trouble with the Revolution, okay? They have not been getting along as well as of late. We've seen Sasha compete in singles competition now. Now we see Che Cabrera making his intentions known, signing the dotted line to face the Hobo tonight. There could be some issues there that are a little bit more deep-rooted than they're even letting on.
Could be some dissension in the ranks.
But who am I to gossip? I'm not a Yenta. I am not a Yenta.
Missile crisis, if you will. Now back to square one for these two great competitors. You saw the leg kick snapped out there, and again by Hobo, trying to take out the wheels of the big man and also measuring his opponent, keeping the distance. You got to think Cabrera's got the edge and reach. Hobo wants to keep him on the outside. Nice single leg kick, and the former champ takes him down again and nullifies that size and strength advantage as the Hobo goes to work. Man, he's really wrenching on that leg.
He is wrenching on that leg, and let's not forget about the fact that just a few weeks ago, Hobo, in that boxcar brawl, he had his head smashed violently into steel, and it rocked his world. Okay, this guy should not even be medically cleared. The guy doesn't have a doctor, first of all, to see. He shouldn't even be in the ring right now. And now he's in here handling Che Cabrera. This is actually kind of crazy.
Last time we saw the Hobo in the ring, he definitely was showing the effects, got the victory, but was showing the effects of that injury. And did he rush back? I think he wants to get right back hot on the trail of the Heritage champion and try to regain the championship. But this is a new wrinkle in the offense here, Hobo. Usually it's a brawl when he's in that ring. He goes right after you now, using a more scientific approach, and maybe that's because of that concussion.
Yeah, maybe it made him smarter.
Doesn't want to knock some sense into him. Doesn't want to get in a slugfest, certainly not with the big Cuban, and breaks down the leg again. The Hobo styling, profiling, on his way to victory perhaps, but Cabrera gets to the ropes.
Cabrera making an adjustment out here, needs to take a little breather here. Hobo been working over that leg, and Cabrera's been affected. You can see that. Look at Hobo. He's showing no signs of that brain injury. This guy's rolling around like a 2-year-old
roll
at a gymboree.
Looks like he's on some sort of vision quest, perhaps. He's been keeping it amateur thus far, but there you see a big shot.
I like what you did there.
Yep, you saw it into the turnbuckle, and look at the effect on the Hobo. He's in trouble. A single shot, and this isn't going to do him any favors. The big headbutt by Caberera, and the Hobo is rocking and reeling and in big-time trouble, and now a shot right to the back of the head.
I mean, you don't even need to read a scouting report. Doesn't need to be translated from English to Spanish to any language. The scouting report on the Hobo, the guy has a brain injury. Work the head. That's what Che Caberera is doing. Very smart.
Yuma, the Heritage Champion, a storied history with the Hobo. He'll be in action later tonight, as you mentioned, that huge tag team title main event, as Vermin has to defend against a team that holds a victory. Could you imagine if your former proteges win the gold tonight?
Oh man, we will be partying tonight because we'll not only be celebrating Vermin losing the straps to Cedric and Leo, but a member of Vermin will get fired, and that will be a good time. Speaking of Vermin, Yuma's supposed to be defending his championship. Who's he going to face? That's all coming up tonight.
What an episode. Now into the cover goes Caberera, looking for the win. And since taking the Hobo into that top turnbuckle, he's been relentless on the attack on the head and neck, the upper body region. There's a method to his madness for certain.
There definitely is, and look at the strength here by Caberera picking up Hobo. He's not a light man. And wait a minute, Hobo out the back door.
This might be the window of opportunity that the Hobo needs. Throwing punches and bunches as he tries to quicken the pace here against Caberera. A tall order. Hobo now ducking a couple of shots and returns fire. Big time clothesline. Taking him down right in the middle of the rail yard. Easy for me to say. And a drop kick there by the Hobo as well. And that train is rolling. Nice leg drop there.
Hobo. This is a great side of Hobo. Look at the aggression. Yuma may have turned this man into an even more dangerous competitor.
Hobo now off the top. Talking about a method to your madness. Nice double axe handle there by the Hobo into the cover.
Yeah.
Center of the ring. Comes up with the 2 count.
Not enough, though. Not enough. These people love the Hobo. They'd love to see him pick up a victory here, but
Hobo, though, shaking off the cobwebs. You can see it now. He looks like he is perhaps dizzy in there, maybe having some trouble, but grabs a hold of Caberera. Perhaps looking for that street preacher. Caberera with a nice reversal. Back to square one in this one. Can the Hobo capitalize? Has him hooked. Going fishing for the win. Fisherman suplex to perfection, but only gets the count of 2.
wow. Look at the strength of Hobo to be able to get him over like that. And look at Hobo now. Wait a minute. Now you can see the lights are on, but I don't know if anybody's home anymore.
Dropped him down 12-6, but is he going to get the 1, 2, 3? No.
Bad analogy
not yet.
to make, by the way, for a homeless athlete. Nobody's ever been home. No one's in the cardboard box.
Well, you could say he's a taco short of a combination plate, but he's also had trouble getting a warm meal from time to time.
The lighter is lit, but
all right, enough.
no one underneath the newspaper.
He might wake up and read his blanket that he lost this matchup.
Human
Look
missile
out.
crisis. No. Agua in the pool.
No agua in la piscina. The Hobo now trying to answer. What a spear! Out of nowhere, into the cover. Is that going to do it? Stacks him up, and somehow, someway, gets the win again.
Your winner of the match, the Hobo.
New weapon in Hobo's offense, almost out of desperation. Hobo battling for his very survival there, hitting him with a spear. We've never seen that out of the Hobo. Picking up a very tough victory over Che Caberera. And Caberera looking in the ring right now. He looks kind of surprised too. I don't think Caberera even knew that Hobo had that in him.
Hobo showing a lot of heart. You talked about it. Battling for survival. And that's exactly going to be the case later on tonight. Either a member of the Hollywood roster or Vermin are going bye-bye. That high stakes and the tag team titles on the line in our main event later on. Folks, don't go anywhere.